Good morning. We just watched a full new trailer countdown into the show. If you don't know, we live stream every day. Today we're talking about a big group back up, Tesla's quality fade, and consumer experience stumbling. Overall, stumbling over everything. What a week.
It's like the golden rainbow in the sky. That it's, that nobody can ever get to the pot of gold on.
I know, but you got to try. But you got to keep trying. What a week it has been, huh? Like we're coming into a real hot weekend. Not like temperature wise, but just like a lot of things converging.
Everybody's like, please get me to July. That's all I want. Which I love too. It's my birthday on Monday,
Oh, so that's right. You got some special birthday festivities, going to see a soccer. Oh man, I forgot you got the thing going on.
Yes.
It's good stuff. We spent a lot of time yesterday looking at our travel schedule.
Ooh.
And it gets dicey. I'm just gonna say it. We're gonna be out and about. We've had this little like inhale moment after SodaCon where we haven't done a lot, but I mean it's gonna fire up like real quick within the next couple weeks. We're gonna be in states. You and I both all across the country. We have visits to Atlanta, Idaho, LA, DC, Florida, Miami.
Holy cow.
Count them up. St. Louis.
Roll them out. Just every single place. Yeah. I'm excited about it. It just means that we get to connect with people across the industry. And, travel's tough on the family sometimes, but it's a wonderful part of what we get to do because we just get to be in the homes and in the dealerships and in the tech companies and all those places that everybody's having the community conversations that we love so much. I know.
So good. We had a great conversation earlier this week. We had a webinar with our friends at Activator. It was really great. We heard we saw some data. We saw a bunch of great service ideas and how to get profitability up in the service department, which is, I think, just the timing about building customer trust, getting people back in. Very, very timely, very, very relevant. It's always great when we see actual results for an actual dealer who's actually on the webinar talking about it. So I think it's kind of got the total package here. You can see it by going to asotu.com. Just scroll if you have to. Even it's an Asotu Edge webinar. You can register, get the recording, and make more money. I think that's a good value proposition.
Make more money. There we go.
And have a good time. It's a very fast webinar. We were done. They were like, it's over already? Like, it's over. When was the last time you were on a webinar and you were like, it's over already? Right?
It's so refreshing, like from an attendee and a participant perspective. It's like, okay, I think I can do that.
That was fun. We should do that again.
We laughed a lot.
We did. Man. We always laugh a lot.
Hey.
Yeah, we're about to release, maybe today, our NADA show prospectus, where a lot of people who have our industry partners have been a part of our NADA coverage, which is always so fun. And the prospectus is just full of photos of last year. And let me just tell you, there is an element of like when you're at NADA, you want to you multiply your investment. You're there, you have a booth, you have your people there, right? How can we really put a force multiplier on that? So that's what we try to do with the coverage and by producing content that reflects the energy of the business, by producing content that gets the message out. And when you look at the photos, it's very obvious that when Team Asotu shows up, we're really working hard to bring out the best in people. And
it looks
like that.
And the vibe around those, like it makes me smile thinking about just the photography. Yeah. And, you said pictures worth 1,000 words. Like it's worth a lot of those.
So if you're an industry partner and you want to get in on the NADA thing, we're so proud that we're 6 months before the show. Usually it's like 6 weeks before the show, but we're real dialed in this year. We've got the whole thing. Let us know. Reach out to crew, CREW, at asotu.com, or actually you can just email. If you're an industry partner, you've been a partner with us before, AMJ. Just email AMJ at asotu.com. We'll get that to you. You get a first pick because some of the stuff, can't announce it yet, but it's going to go quick.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about some news.
Let's get into it.
All right. CDK Global is gradually restoring dealerships. This is great news. And even a public company, after the recent cyber attacks, Group 1 was confirmed by Automotive News. Our friends over there are now back online. That is so encouraging to hear. That's right. Roll the applause. Basically, they brought yesterday, after they brought that first set of dealers on, they brought another set of customers back online yesterday, including Group 1. So it's a kind of a big step forward. I wonder how they got to pick who that was. I was like, is it alphabetical order? It's got a 1 in the name. I don't know. It's not because AutoNation.
It's called 150 rooftops.
Yeah, let's
speaks
go.
volumes.
And a pretty savvy tech team, right? Like they have a good support team there.
Full IT team. Yeah, exactly.
The company is going to continue their phased restoration, focused first on the core DMS. They also are working on getting their other applications, right? CRM, 180, all the service stuff. So experts. Oh, I'm sorry. Expects. I can't read this morning. Sometimes I make the notes and I can't read my own notes. So they expect customer care channels to be active by June 28th. So that would be today, everybody. Meanwhile, major publications like Wall Street Journal are warning consumers to bring a pen and patience. That's the literal words from the headline in the article today. If they are going car shopping this weekend, adding to the mounting losses for dealerships. So I think it was Automotive News. Somebody like estimated like approaching $1 billion in losses, and that's not helping.
7.2% reduction is kind of the number that everybody's putting on June in overall sales for the industry. So I don't know if that's exactly right, but I'm just excited that we're before the 30th seeing people rolled back on. That means probably the pace is going to pick up over the next week and everybody will be back and active. Obviously like probably more people in the dealership interested in the CRM, just from like a pure volume perspective. So we'll see how quickly eLeads gets back up and running. And then, the thing that I think is probably bigger at this point is connected services, because a lot of third parties outside of CDK actually just like pulled their integrations, just stopped the data flow. And so how do you get that data flow back online is the next piece. It's not just about the core systems, it's about the data flow between a bunch of different stuff. So still a lot to be worked out. There's still going to be some recovery efforts on there, but kudos to CDK for getting back up and running with some of these larger groups in the test pilots.
Indeed. And when we talk about losses, I mean, I understand like some of the losses like inventory floor plan, right? When you're holding cars longer, they're not moving. Those are unrecoverable expenses. However, sales numbers, there's pent up demand. And we've seen this every time there's been like people just saying, you know what, maybe I'm not going to go out and look for a car. I'll wait until next weekend.
Yeah. Watch July 4th weekend, just rage.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Speaking of, I was going to say raging, but it's not. Speaking of raging, I don't know. Can we talk about Elon Musk and raging in the same sentence?
Pretty much every time.
I think that's
pretty
fair.
much always.
That's a fair segue. Tesla's edge in EV quality is fading as repair issues persist, according to a new J.D. Power study. As the 2024 U.S. initial quality report shows that Teslas now match legacy automakers' EVs in quality with 266 problems per 100 vehicles. If you have your 10 key out right now, that's 2.6 problems per vehicle. However, customer dissatisfaction is growing due to Tesla removing traditional feature controls like turn signals and wiper stalks. So basically this year, Tesla, they have, the gap has closed. Last year, they outperformed everybody with 257 problems per 100 vehicles. This year, all the manufacturers are kind of even at 266 per 100. So Tesla got worse. Everyone else got a little better. And so now they're even. The broader industry shows that EVs, battery EVs, plug-in hybrids have more issues across the board than gas power vehicles, averaging 266 problems per 100 vehicle versus only 180 for gas vehicles. J.D. Power's Frank Hanley notes EV owners visit dealerships, get this, 3 times more often than gas vehicle owners. Wow. Due to severe problems. He said it's not surprising the introduction of new technology has challenged manufacturers to maintain vehicle quality.
Yeah, I mean, this is, again, with any early adopter, you accept the risk of having quality questions, right? Whether that come from software or hardware or actual build. And we're still in that phase. So it doesn't surprise me that this is the case. But it is a pretty wide gap, like 1.8 to 2.6 times visited in that first year. Like that's basically, or problems per first year. That's a pretty big gap. My guess is that it also just comes down to like technology problems, like raw, out and out software problems that maybe aren't able to be updated over the air at this point. And that's something that you and I have been talking about for a long time, that these automakers are trying to solve on their own. Instead of like basically subcontracting out the better technology providers out there in the world.
Yeah. I mean, without a doubt, you know, Tesla is, everyone else is now kind of sucking Tesla's oxygen out of the room, and they just found themselves right in the middle of the scrum now instead of ahead of the pack. So, and getting sporty out there. Speaking of getting sporty out there.
Segue
time.
Oh man, customer experience scores in the US have declined for the third consecutive year, with an average rating hitting a new low due to inflation and ineffective customer service chatbots, according to Forrester's latest report. Their study shows an average customer experience score of 69.3 out of 100, the lowest since 2016, and it's fallen from a peak in 2021, which is interesting, of 72.
Everybody had a lot of money.
Customers are frustrated by higher costs, right? So that is impacting their experience score. So cost impacting experience, as well as, and this one's wild, ineffective AI chatbots kind of taking over. So the ones that scored the highest, Chewy, always great. Tesla, Navy Federal Credit Union. I will say I know a little bit about that, and they are always tight. And USAA, they got humans everywhere. They do. While no surprise, IRS and USAjobs.gov scored the lowest. Well, kind of to be expected.
Hey, it's good to have people below you on the list. Always. You need somebody's got to bring up the rear. So I don't think anyone's fighting for it over there. So I don't even think they know.
They don't have a customer experience department, is what you're saying?
When I hear this story and you go through, I think of one word, and that is opportunity. When expectations are low for customer experience, that means it's that much easier to wow somebody. It's that much easier to give somebody something they didn't expect. And so I think leaning into this with a little bit more intentionality, we really have a chance in the retail auto industry to have people be like, wow, that was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
Right? Because the expectation is low. Expectations are low everywhere. People are obviously failing to deliver. So I think this is a great opportunity for retail auto to step in, fill the gap, and just surprise people by how good the experience actually was. That takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work and a little work all at the same time. It just takes paying attention to people, being aware of how they're feeling, how they're experiencing, being present with them. And like, you can overcome so much with just that alone, just being aware of the human on the other side of the table.
So good. So good. I mean, it's exciting. Look, without a doubt, exciting times here on Friday,
Let's go.
June 28th. You got a weekend to go to. It's a weekend slingshotting into a holiday weekend. So I think there's a lot to be excited about. Go out there and show people what the industry is all about.